Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Edible Paper. This is a podcast that I wanted to um, cast. Um, yeah, so here we are, because I'm a white man in America, and then I can make a podcast. A white day. Anyways, um, it's kind of inspired by Brittany Broski. She uploaded a episode of her podcast where she had taken an edible, and I thought that's a great idea. And since my name is Paper Izzy, I figured edible paper would be pretty genius, but I don't know. So yeah, um, and I really liked that aspect. If anybody is listening that I know in real life, or that might affect my job, Delta 9 gummies are legal. These are not weed edibles, so this is a legal thing I'm doing. So there you go. Blah. That's just a disclaimer. Anyways, because I'm also a businessman, thank you. I am a businessman. I have a briefcase. So yeah, so Brittany Broski. I figured she's just an inspiration. So she's going to be the second topic we discuss. The first topic is going to be one of my favorite songs right now. Before I took my Delta 9 gummy, my favorite songs right now would have been probably, it's funny because this is what Brittany Broski was talking about in her podcast too. I'm just reductive for Brittany Broski, but that band that she likes, Sleep Token, it's so good. So that's what I've been listening to a lot of. But after I took the gummy, I had the passing urge to listen to Florence and the Machine, because I was reading a poem post on TikTok, and one of them had the lyrics from Free on it. So I just kind of wanted to listen to Florence and the Machine. So I listened to Florence and the Machine, and oh my god, that album, Dance Fever, is honestly a religious experience. I woke up because I told my husband, I was like, I felt religious while I was listening to this. Um, I feel like I miss the concept of Jesus now more than I miss actual Jesus, with religion and all that. And I feel like the album does good kind of dealing with the fact of, you know, being not having faith, but having Jesus in your life in some way. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I like the Christian mythology idea of it all. Obviously, it was a big factor in my life. Well, if you're listening to this, you probably don't know my life, which is fine because I don't want everyone to know my life. But I went to a um, very strict Christian school from basically my entire life. And I felt like that did a lot of trauma to me, not just the school, but the church as well. And it's just a lot of stuff that, there's so many people in the United States that go through a similar thing, which is why there's such a boom on the, in the zeitgeist and, online of people talking about oh my gosh, I'm losing my religion. Yeah, so I feel like that's just part of where we are as a society right now. Maybe at least the media that I'm attracted to because I'm going through it. So I don't really know, but yeah, just listening to Florence and the Machine tonight has been just so amazing, and it's one of the it's Dance Fever is a great album. Florence is a great vocalist. I love her vocals. She's just really good at being able to concentrate on sort of some of the background vocals, because when I take a gummy, it's that's what I hear more of is the background vocals and the instrumentation and hearing all the different parts of the song colliding together to create the song, and it's great. But some of her background vocals are so fucking heavenly. It's so great. She is such an amazing vocalist, and I'll never get over it. So basically, all of Dance Fever is my favorite song right now. Um, Other than those things, I'm really into the Sonic Frontiers soundtrack. That's also one of the things I wanted to talk about today. I have a list, I have notes. Like I said, I'm a business day, and this is my briefcase. So, I guess this has been my intro. I've kind of talked about a few things, my favorite songs, and what the podcast is. So, I guess I can move on to Brittany Broski. I've already touched on her some, but I can honestly bring it in with the whole religion thing again. Because Brittany Broski has mentioned in the past how, like, her upbringing was so religious and how she's kind of broken away from that, and her family is so disappointed in her, and that is such I feel like an interesting um, thing to bring to light, because I feel like a lot of people don't mention that, like not believing and being like, oh my gosh, like there's something wrong with you. Um, so I kind of see where she's coming from with that, and that's one of my big fears about talking about not being religious, because they'd be like, well, how did you end up like this? Like what happened to you? And I feel like it's, a lot of things happened to me, and some kind of like nothing had to happen at the same time, because it's like, it's not like there was one day where I got hit in the face with like a Bible or something and it just snapped and changed, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't believe in this anymore. Speaking of, we're not going to talk about religion. So we've been talking about religion for 6 minutes. I was going to talk about Greg Locke, a mega church pastor who like taped a Bible to a baseball bat to destroy a Barbie house. That had alliteration, and I didn't like that. My old youth pastor used to alliterate everything, and it got on my last nerve. I hate alliteration. Anyways, besides that, Brittany Broski is just funny. She is hilarious, and when like, honestly, just her on her own, funny. Her with Sarah Shower, funny. Her with Trixie Mattel, funny. She's just a funny person, and I feel like her humor and her personality I gravitate towards so much, which I'm glad that my first episode of my podcast is really inspired by her podcast, because I've been wanting to have like a point of view. Like, I wanted to do something, not just, I don't know, I didn't want to just make a podcast for the sake of making a podcast. Like, I wanted it to be something that I'm really passionate about, and talking about stuff while eating a gummy is something that I'm very passionate about. Because I don't know, I don't know, it just hit me the right way. I can't describe it any other way. Inspiration is strange in that way, how it can be something so simple but something so complicated. I'm also trying to watch my dog to make sure she's not eating anything while I'm speaking. I don't want to scream no into the microphone, which, whatever. But yeah, Brittany Broski is just funny. I like that she's from the South. I like that she's kind of a big girl. That makes me feel better as a big they, with body image issues and like religious issues and like Southern. Like, that is, Brittany Broski is basically like my idol at this point. So I love her, and she's great, and I can't say enough good things about Brittany Broski. I cannot. I wonder what her real last name is. Oh, that's something that I guess I don't need to know, but Broski's fine. It's not like we call Cher by her full name, which is crazy. Oof. It's like Sherilyn something or other. I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about right now. I'm talking about Brittany Broski. Got it. Cher. Names. Names are weird. Speaking of names, we're going to segue into the third thing on my list, which, yes, I do have it numbered, and I didn't mean to actually get this really fast. I might just keep talking, you never know. I might just talk forever until the end of time. Chester, you're so cute. I'm speaking to you right now, and the universe, the world, can hear me speaking to you, son. If you're just tuning in, I'm speaking to my child, who is a dog, and that has been your daily dose of Izzy talking to their dog. So yeah. Anyways, he's so cute. Oh, he has no idea what's going on, and neither do I. Honestly, I'm there. I'm there with him. I'm with you, Avril Lavigne. So the next topic I kind of wanted to delve into is Charles Martinet. So today, as of me recording this, is the day that it was announced that he is stepping down from recording as Mario in video games. Um, and it's fucked up. It's got me fucked up. Like, it's insane. I love Charles Martinet. I love that he's Mario, and it makes me so sad that he is not gonna be this character that I love and adore, that has like changed my life, and that he's not gonna be the same is kind of scary. I could probably talk about that in therapy. There's probably something going on there. Do you ever think that? Like, what is happening? Like, this is something. This is something that I need to talk about, because I think this is a problem, and I feel like this could be, but at the same time, like, I know a lot of people are upset about it. And I don't think it's in the same way of like we were upset that what's his name? One of the Chris's. Chris Pratt. I don't think it's that kind of mad. Like, where we were mad he got it, it just kind of didn't make any sense. Like, this makes sense. I understand that, it comes to a certain point where you want to retire, and if that's really what it is, like, that is completely understandable. I think he should do what makes him happy, and I support him completely, and it's bittersweet, it's I'm happy for him and his legacy and all he's done and all he will do, but I'm sad that a piece of media that I so heavily center myself on is changing in such a fundamental way, or at least I feel like it's fundamental. I mean, you can get another voice, you can get people that sound exactly like him. The trailer for Mario Wonder, it sounds so much like him, but it's not going to be the same. And it's so bizarre. I don't know if you can hear Chester, but he is making noise, which is what I didn't want because I'm trying to record this podcast. Come on, son. Get up on this couch. You need to get up on the couch, son, please. Yes, so I'm going to help my son on the couch real quick. Please hold, podcast. Alright, podcast, we're back. That was just a small break where I had to pick my Chester up and set him in my lap because he's lazy bones. Yes, that is right, son. Chester, I'm calling you out on the internet. We have an internet beef now. Don't tell your father. Yeah, my husband's vegan. If you know me, you probably know this. I thought I got some juice or something. My throat is so dry from talking. I'll move the mic away to cough. Yeah. But my husband is vegan. We met in 2017, which is probably one of the worst years of my life, and one of the best years of my life, I guess, because I did meet Matt. I'm sorry, that's his name. I'm sorry, sweetie, if you didn't want me to name you on here. I'll just call him something different from now on. I'll call him Pookie, because that's what I call him. I'll also call him Pumpkin. This is honestly not anything anybody cares about on the internet, but that's what it is. But, yeah, he's, an excellent person, and I love him a lot, and, I could go on and talk about him for 1,000 years on this podcast, and I probably will in the future, but I just wanted to, bring him up for some reason. Oh, yeah, talking about beef and veganism. I don't have any thoughts on veganism, just veganism. It's just veganism. Alright, so let me set the scene. I'm sitting comfortably on my couch. It is very comfortable. It's scratched up by our cats. It has like little stripes on it. Not like big bold stripes, but just like the texture of the fabric is striped. It's also gray. And this has been a podcast about my couch. Make sure you like and subscribe for more. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm sitting here on the couch. My best friend is in the chair. My dog is on my best friend. We're waiting on brownies to cook, and it's a good night. All except for Charles Martinet retiring, which is what I was just talking about. If you are just tuning in, like my best friend is just tuning in, welcome to this podcast about things. The last topic that I have on my notes, because on my business day, is Sonic Frontiers. I have not beaten this game yet, but I hope to beat it in the next couple weeks because I don't play it a lot, but I do play it when I'm bored, and when I need a break from drawing, I like to pick up a video game, and right now that video game is Sonic Frontiers. So I'm excited to beat it. It's a lot of fun, but it is also really fucking annoying. I have to look up how to beat these levels, and all the comments are like, wow, this is the hardest puzzle I've ever played, or wow, how would you ever know that? And I'm like, these are my people. We are suffering to this game together. And it's good to know that it's not just me that's stupid all the time, at least in these few instances. But yeah, it's a very beautiful game. I think the third island is people's least favorite, which it was my least favorite because of all the forced perspective gaming in 2D. I mean, I know that everywhere does it, but at least they don't show you like all the background, so it makes it look like you can walk around freely if you want, but you can't. You have to be in that 2D level. I don't know. It's stupid to me, but I'm not a video game developer, so really, what can I say? I obviously can say a lot since I said all of that, but yeah. Padum. I hear it and I know. Padum. But yeah, the music's really good, like I was saying earlier. I love the music from Sonic Frontiers. Some of the vocals are by Kellen Quinn. I'm pretty sure he was the lead singer of Sleeping with Sirens, which is a rock and roll group. My husband hates when I call things rock and roll, like metal and punk and post-deathcore, sludge. I don't know. Those are all genres, I'm pretty sure. And if not, then I'm sorry to... Yeah, I'm just sorry. Because, I'm sorry. Because, baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That is a quote by the prophet Demi Lovato. But yeah, Sonic Frontiers, I don't remember what I was talking about with it. Yeah, I have no idea. I just, the game is fun. And it's aggravating. My daughter has decided to join us on the podcast today. Lizard, do you have any words for the audience? That's a no. I'm sorry, she doesn't like me either, so don't feel offended. I feel like when my best friend is in the room, I purposely try to be more funny because I really appreciate like her judgment, and for her to think I'm funny makes me really happy. It's also the same thing as Chester has something to say, but he better stop. You better stop. I feel the same way about my husband. Like, I really think he's a neat person, and I want to impress him with funny jokes, and then he doesn't laugh, and then I want to die. I want to jump into a lake with a rock tied around my leg. And that's what happens when my husband doesn't laugh at my jokes. So I want everyone to record a bit of that and send it to him so he feels guilty. I don't want to make him feel guilty. That's not my job. But I can make other people make him feel guilty. That is, however, my full-time job. I just don't pay taxes, so don't tell anybody that I don't pay taxes for my full-time job, which is making other people make my husband feel bad. If any government agents are listening, hello FBI. Your friends at the IRS would like to know that I do pay all my taxes. So make sure you let them know that. Because I definitely, I know some people that like they say like, well, I'm gonna fill out my taxes in like 10 years, and I'm like, girl, what do you mean? Like, that's scary. Uncle Sam don't fuck around with his money, with his moolah, with his coin. He's getting that real coin. Oh, it's also funny playing Sonic Frontiers because there's a meme of like when you find an onion ring in your french fries at a fast food restaurant, and it's like this weird picture of Sonic holding up one of the rings, and it's really funny. My husband brings it up almost every single time I play Sonic Frontiers, and you know what, I probably laugh at it every time, so I just would also like you all to tell him that. You all, did you hear that? Who am I? Who says you all? That's disgusting. My best friend says normal people, but if you're listening to this, which I imagine nobody will, I'm literally speaking just into the ether, into the universe, into my microphone.
Probably too close into your microphone.
Probably too close, but like Lady Gaga says, you have to deep throat it. I remember she said that to Scotty McCreery on American Idol, and all the people were like, "Oh my God, he's a good Christian boy. She shouldn't have told him that." And it's like, girl, relax. I hope he's doing fine. I do like his voice. Um, but yeah, I like his voice. It's deep. This is the deepest my voice can go. That's not even words. That's just grumbling. It's like some of that rock and roll music Matt listens to. Oh shit! I said I wasn't gonna say his name again. And just give him a code name. Just code name. His code name is Matt because I never call him that. How about that? Lots of that's and Matts and rhyming. Have you ever thought about poetry, Chester? No, I don't imagine he would have. Poetry. Who doesn't love a good poem? I mean, you know, roses are red, violets are blue. I don't remember how the rest of that's supposed to go. I wonder what the name of that poem is. Because we always say it, but it's just kind of like a colloquial term. Like, I wonder what the name of that poem originally is. It's sort of like that the circus music, that is called Entrance of the Gladiators, I'm pretty sure, which is crazy because that does not sound like gladiators. But the reason it doesn't sound like gladiators for us is because it's so commonly associated with circuses that is our first thought, and so that's what we hear, and we can't hear gladiators because our brain has been conditioned to hear circus. Holy shit, I could go for some peanuts right about now. That just sounds really good. Just the really crunched up peanuts that you put on Sundays. Just like handfuls of those. Just shoveling them. Well, everyone, the brownies are about to almost be done, and the alarm's going to go off, and I'm going to need to help with the brownies that we're fixing right now. I think I covered all the topics that I wanted to cover. I wanted to cover intro, favorite songs, Brittany Broski, Charles Martinet, Sonic Frontiers, and then it says outro with question marks. So I guess now we're in the outro section with the question marks. I have a lot of questions. I have questions about life. I have questions about love. Questions about brownies. Questions about drawing. Questions about lips. Questions about other organs. Is the lip an organ? That's a question I have. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask them to me wherever you can comment. And I will answer your questions. I don't know with what, but I'll answer them with something. Anyways, this has been the first episode of Edible Paper. This podcast has been brought to you by Paper Izzy, which is me. And this podcast is also brought to you by Chester, because he is a good dog. If you liked this episode, please give it a like and rate it or whatever you do where podcasts are podcasting. And thank you for listening. And as always, adios, amigos.